Our bourbon-style glazed pork with roast apples. Here's where we're incorporating two different Nestle items in here. Our Miner's bourbon-style ready-to-use sauce and our Stouffer's scalloped apples. Chef Alan's going to walk you through the preparation now.
Our next recipe utilizes our bourbon ready-to-use sauce and also our Stouffer's scalloped apples. This recipe centers around it being used as a marinade and then also as a finishing sauce when we combine it with apples before service. Utilizing pork loin roast, we all have seen it. Going to do a quick marinade utilizing our bourbon sauce, a little bit of cracked black pepper, a little bit of salt. I certainly would recommend this happening the day prior, at a very minimum 4 hours of time. My own favorite kind of marinade system is, the world of Ziploc bags, but you can do it in a hotel pan, anything you need that way. So we got our bourbon sauce to it, our black pepper, a little bit of salt, and then just take our pork loin, seal that well, force out the air. Make sure you get a good coating to mix up that pepper and the salt within it. And then, as I mentioned, put it back in the refrigeration. As I said, I would recommend doing this the day prior so that it gets a good flavoring from that. And then we will roast it off in the convection oven, 350. Make sure you watch your internal temperatures, pulling it out right when you get there, because of course the temperature itself is going to rise 10 degrees as it sits. So, pork being pork, overcooking it makes it dry. So we try to pull it out as best we can so that final temperature rests at the temperature you need. Now we're going to prepare the sauce for our pork loin roast. As you remember, we marinated the pork loin in our bourbon sauce, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Now we're going to make our sauce to go with that, utilizing our scalloped apples and our bourbon sauce. The beauty of the scalloped apples is the fact that it's a fresh apple that's frozen, so you maintain that texture integrity. And also it's not seasoned with a lot of cinnamon and nutmegs and spices of that sort, so that it can be used both in sweet and savory applications. We'll let this cook down for a few moments, and we are ready to go slice down our pork loin now that it's rested, and we'll plate it up for you. So now that we have our prepared pork loin, roasted it off, let it sit for a period of time so that it won't lose its juices the minute that we cut it open. We have our prepared sauce, our bourbon sauce, combined with our apples. We're going to go ahead and slice this up and just plate it, as you could do on your steam table, or whether or not you do a plating deal. Topping it with the savory apple sauce. Works especially well at those times when you're going into the cooler months of the year. I also have different accounts that use a lot of different dried fruits in this, so it can certainly go a different way other than just apple. And as mentioned before, same type thing can be used with other pork products.
Acosta is a proud supporter of the Wounded Warrior Project.